Do you want a strong back and a strong posterior chain? If that's you, the glute ham raise is a good tool. I know I used this thing last week, but we're at it again. I just had something with my team, and I was gonna distinguish between two movements that look the same on the outside, that you might think are the same using this machine, but are actually quite different. The movement is gonna be a back extension. A lot of people will call it a back extension regardless of if you're targeting the glutes and hamstrings or if you're targeting your low back or your mid back. So I wanna just give you a nice little way to distinguish between the two and how you can bias it in your workouts. Do you wanna hit more of a back or do you wanna hit more of a glute hamstring workout? The position of what you do on this can determine that. So if your feet are closer to the pads right here, so you have less distance from your feet to the pad, you're gonna be biasing more of the hamstring and glutes. If the motion is at that hip, you're gonna bias the hamstring and glute. If the foot plate is further away, and so your hips are sitting on top of the pad, the motion's gonna be at your lower back. Your back's gonna relax, so when you extend up, it's gonna be due to your back muscles and less of your glute, hamstring, hip extension muscles. All right, so here's a nice little demo. I'm gonna jump up in the machine here. I'm gonna throw my feet in. Okay, this is gonna be a little bit further back, so this is gonna bias my back extension muscles. My actual erectors and back muscles are gonna burn more because I'm hitting those more, and you'll see I'll have more motion at my back than at my hip. So if I go down, my hips are on top of the pad, I'm gonna go down. Notice I have a curve right here. This is relaxed. So this is gonna work on extending my back up and then back down. Notice there's not much motion at my hip, so my hamstrings and glutes are gonna be doing less work as I go down and up in this movement. So right here, I'm gonna be biasing those back muscles a lot more. And then if we want to bias the glutes and hamstrings, we're going to move this in. So now, as I get into this, notice the position. The top of my thighs are on the pad, my hips are past it, and as I go down, I'm actually bending at the waist. So now as I pull up, I'm going to use a lot more hamstring and a lot more glute to extend up through the hip. So there's your workout tip for the day. Using the glute ham raise is a great tool to hit all the way down your posterior chain. Just know that the foot position of the foot plate, whether it's further back or closer to the pads, is gonna change what musculature you're using as you go through that movement. I appreciate y'all. We'll see you again next week for more. Peace.